Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to make a short video on a couple of things that I feel is going to really help your journey. Because as I've mentioned before, if you're unaware of these things, then you won't know how or what to practice, whatever it is that you're doing. But once you know and you're aware of it, it increases the power of your intention, right? So on the external parts of our eyes, we have about 8 to 10 million light receptors that receive light coming in. What's crazy is that inside the eye, behind the retina, we have about 100 million light generators to portray the light going back out. So why is that? We have a heck of a lot more internally to spread light going back out rather than receiving the light coming in. Well, the fact is, again, I've said it on my previous videos, it's throwing the light out of what the images that you are portraying in your mind and beliefs, right? So, for example, another thing to take in consideration to add on is when you're viewing stuff, you're only taking in 20% of what you're actually seeing out here, because the light comes in through those 80 to 10 million light receptors going in, and then it goes to your thalamus, right? You're only taking in 20%, goes to your thalamus. Thalamus then sends a signal of that set of information, that's all that it is information, to all your nerves inside your brain, right? It's like 100 million, right? Then it rounds up another 80% of perceptions, beliefs, then it sends it back to the thalamus, and it sends it through the 100 million lights of light generators going back out. I mean, does that make sense? 20% coming in, going to your thalamus, going to the nerves, 80% added on, going back to the thalamus, and then being portrayed back out. Therefore, this is why it's so important about what your perceptions, what your beliefs, why they're so powerful, right? Now, people need to understand we have what's called a RAS system. It's a reticular activating system. It's about this big group of fibers right in the back of the neck. This is why when they talk about doing affirmations and this and that, where it's true in the very beginning, if you're trying to say, I'm healthy, I'm rich, it never makes it past that brainstem, that RAS system, because that's your belief system. You're beside your DNA, right? You're programmed to believe otherwise, which a lot of times you have the adverse effect, and then you see your reality go sour, or it gets worse, and you think, oh, this is all BS. Well, it's because of your belief system, which is why I highly recommend, before doing regular affirmations, to do auto-inquisition or ask affirmations, because our brain is a big detective. That RES system is what allows whatever your belief system to be searching to validate and confirm what your belief is, right? So if you do ask affirmations, your brain is a big detective. So if you start asking things to assume it to be true, it always has to answer, why am I so healthy? Why am I so divinely protected? Why am I so brilliant? Why am I so loved? You keep doing that over and over, regardless if you understand that universe, your subconscious mind, your cognitive side, it's got to answer, regardless if you understand it or not. But more importantly, it's already assuming of it to be true. When you start off like that, until your belief system and your RES system actually starts to believe and feel it, then you can convert to your regular affirmations. Because I can't tell you how many times people, again, they start off on the affirmations, it starts off strong, then they hit a little wall, then they get discouraged, and then they're so used to that other feeling of, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to name it, and they just allow that downward spiral. One thing that I've always done myself is think of going into a haunted house, or into a house where there's been multiple murders, right? When you go into that place, you can feel that energy. I mean, you feel it, something sour or bad went here, right? So if you understand that everything is energy, right, just the way Nikola Tesla said, then you can understand what I'm about to say. Because our cognitive mind, analytical mind, is taking in 40 bits per second compared to the subconscious mind taking 40 million bits per second. You can play something in every room, very low audio of an affirmation or something, continuously 24/7. Because if everything is energy, then everything that's being said, regardless if you can hear it or not, that energy is coming out and it's going to linger around in your place. Very similar as to going into a haunted house where that bad energy is there. Hopefully you guys can comprehend that. It doesn't happen overnight because you got to rewire everything in your mind. You have to allow yourself to unlearn to relearn what you don't know or are aware of. This has helped me wonders. Right now in the background, you probably can't tell, maybe you can. There's probably about 6 or 7 things all playing at the same time. Some you can hear, some you can't. Whatever you want to call it has taught me how to use your, and I'm going to be making a video on this, how to use your regular smartphone in Dropbox and YouTube to play these layers upon layers without having to add any software. It's pretty crazy, and I've been doing this for about a couple of years now, and it's another level up, dude. I'll make a video on that. Finally, just wanted to, have you guys ever noticed that once you start to believe in something else or you become aware of something, that all of a sudden, not just your timeline on social media, but people around you or places, events, things, all of a sudden it starts to play out in front of you like, wait, I just heard that. I just don't believe in that. Or, you know, so in other words, the things you're starting to believe are coming out into the open in real time. So what that's basically telling you is that you're really creating your reality from moment to moment, what's called all in the present moment, right? If you're thinking something negative in that moment, you're creating it to be your reality. This is why they say from moment to moment to moment to moment, you got to assume and think from the end, not of the end. So anyhow, I thought that was kind of cool because it just really started to really hit me where I would have never thought, at least this quickly, that my outer world would have been reflecting back of the stuff that I'm learning and that's being downloaded in my mind side, right? Which I'm going to get to at some point. I promise I'll make those videos of the crown chakra and all that, because I know this is what the effect is, and it's really amazing. So anyhow, I hope that someone finds this useful, any of this information. I look forward to making smaller videos, starting from the bottom up of the power of the subconscious mind, hacks that have worked wonders for me, that I know it'll do wonders for you. And remember, guys, all these teachers, all this stuff that's out there, there's no wrong or right. There's only what's right for you right now, because they're all simply tools that you can use, that you're gonna add your own little dust on and what works for you. So don't ever think there's any one thing or one teacher that's right or wrong. It's all there for you if you choose to use it. All right, love, light, and peace. Thanks.